do you want?
Tacos!
When do you need it?
Now!
1, 2, 3, go! Yes! Woo!
What's up, guys? Johnny Tacos here with Pickles, and we are excited about doing the Johnny Tacos Rock Talk, aren't you? As you can tell, she's very excited. But I just want to let you know, man, if you haven't yet, like and subscribe. Because we love talking to people, and we love people meeting the new people that we talk to, don't we, Pickles? We do, don't we? Yeah. So please, Pickles demands it. Like and subscribe. Please! What? You didn't like that? Why? All right, guys. What's up? This is Johnny Tacos here. I might sound a little weird because we had technical difficulties, but that doesn't stop me going, because we gotta get this going and rolling, and we're gonna rock and roll. We're gonna make everything just go smooth. Hopefully I can get this computer running, because I have some awesome interviews that I still needed to get out there, and it is not there. The one thing you gotta learn, the lesson of the day, is back up everything. So hopefully it's in the clouds. If not, oh well. We'll have to get them again and redo the whole thing. Hopefully we can remember every question, because there were some really awesome questions and awesome stuff there. So it was cool. Today we have Goodbye Misery, and they are here to rock and maybe a little roll. You never know. But this whole computer thing got my head in a turmoil, and it's driving me insane, because it's funny when you get to this age, and the age of technology. Everything is so easy to access if you have the computer, but once it's done, now you have to go into the ancient times of writing down stuff. And
Yep.
you know, if your handwriting is as good as mine, then you might have to get some archaeologists to decipher the hieroglyphics.
Same, brother. Same.
But we got the guys here. We're still going. We're still going strong. So what's up, guys? Introduce yourself and tell us a little something about you.
Yeah, so I'm Seth. I do vocals in the band. Man, I'm a simple person. All I do is work and make music, man. So, just honestly, just really excited for everything that we're working on right now. So, yeah.
My name is Axel. I play lead guitar. But yeah, same. I just work and play music, bro.
I think that's the recipe for everybody nowadays. Work and
Right.
well, not play music, but if you ask me to play in a band, you might get me to do solo nobody can hear. So
The old what's it called, like cowbell solo, what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'll be Will Ferrell. I got the fever for more cowbell. So
cowbell.
We talked before the interview, Seth, and you're a gamer. Are y'all both gamers?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
PC or console?
So
PC.
I started on console like my whole life. I just recently, within the last like 3-ish years, kind of got really into like PC, and now I couldn't go back. After just like it's just there's so much better. Like I don't like the experience for me is just better with my PC.
Yeah, I actually didn't start playing video games till I was like 23 or something like that. But I played on my Xbox for years, and then recently just switched over to PC like within this last year, and yeah, there's no going back.
He lived a sheltered life.
Yeah, dude.
Axel
Yep.
used to make his butter turn. His parents make him,
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly.
and then
Exactly.
he went to what is that? What is that called when the teenagers go out from the Mormons? Rorschach? I don't
Oh,
know.
from the Amish,
Yeah, the Amish.
yeah, where they all go out like hang out and party and
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, and he never
Yep.
came back.
Yep.
He goes through that farm.
Yeah. Yeah, dude.
so so tell us about the band. When did the band start?
So it kind of has like a long history, give or take. About like 10 years ago, me and our drummer, we were under a different name at that point. Obviously, like it just evolved as it was. But as of Goodbye Misery, it's been, I want to say, 3 years. Just with rotating casts, I'm sure you've talked to enough dudes that like it had to evolve. I mean, on my I probably we probably have had 20 plus members, to be honest with you. So it's just been like, life gets in the way. Everyone, so within the last 3 years is when Goodbye Misery really locked in as the thing, I guess is the best way to say. And I feel like within the last year, it's really just expounded, with Axel and our other vocalist, Jules, who's also our producer. With them both, like really joining, locking in. I feel like for me, that's when the band feels like it started. I guess is the best way to put it. Like, because now we're all making music that like we love. You know what I'm saying? Like for a long time when I was making music, it was like it always felt like there was something missing, if that makes sense. And so now with where we're at, writing wise, production wise, just all together collaboratively, I feel like we're finally in the spot where I'm fucking stoked every time we put out a song. You know?
And listening to the music, man, it gets you going. It really does. And a lot of your music is day to day feelings. You got people that hurt, you got people that anger, that rage, and you got people that find some kind of solace and stuff. And is that the direction you want your band to go to? Sort of like in the veins of, how what was it, Amity and Infliction and Kill Switch kind of has that emotional metalcore kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
I feel like
for sure.
I think we want to hit like a broad range, right? I think people are so multidimensional. I want to just like you said, the day to day like shit. Like I want to capture that as best as I can. And I guess with the music, I can't really speak to that. Obviously, I love melodic metalcore. It's fucking sick as fuck. But as far as the lyric writing of the whole thing, it's
That's my
just
bag.
yes, sir, yes, sir.
That's my
Um,
bag.
so for me, I guess I just want it to be as raw and as real to me as I possibly like. So as real as it possibly can be, and just authentic. I don't want to put out something that it's not like I'm not feeling it. Yeah, at that moment, whether that's good, whether that's bad, whether that's fucking shitty, whatever that may look like. Um, I feel like that's when I really connect with the writing is just really dialing that in and being able to put the words to that, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes total sense. Uh, with the the kind of process you go through, if you just go and just make a cookie cutter kind of band that kind of mimics what everybody's out there and not really putting that heart and soul, chances are
Exactly.
you'll just run around
Exactly.
an empty vessel and it doesn't go anywhere. So you believe, with your band, as we talked earlier about, kind of evolving from where you started. Take a look back and see how you started and how you evolved today. Do you feel the evolution of your band is going the way you want it?
Yeah, definitely. I for me, so when I was 18, it was kind of just angry at everything, and like that's not a bad thing. But I feel like it didn't translate the way that I wanted it to. It was just how do I put this? It just didn't come out, well, just for lack of a better term, it just didn't wasn't coming out the way that I wanted to. And so now with me, so I was for a while there, I was just producing music as well. So now that I'm able to add in the elements and everything that I want out of it into that, like I can pour more of myself into it. Yeah, absolutely. The evolution, it just feels like it's my life, if that makes sense. As this has gotten, like, as time has gone, it has gotten better, obviously. But I'm able to just really just dig in there and pour myself more into the art, into the music. And yeah, for sure. Like I feel like this stuff, I know every band says this, but like genuinely, the music that we're working on is the best thing that I have personally ever done. So
Same.
it's easy to just dump yourself into it because it's like every time, like last night we were writing until 4 a.m. Like we got 4 hours of sleep, but like
Yeah.
that that's what we love to do. So it's like we finally, like, the work weekends, and like we're just immediately back into it. So yeah, yeah, absolutely. I feel like the evolution with the addition of Axel and our, like I said, our other vocalist Jules, like, so me and Jules have been friends for a better part of a decade, and so to finally be in this position where we can write this stuff together, and because he has just for me, it's like I sit down and like I think about it, and like he genuinely has the most crazy musical mind that I've ever, like, out of anyone I met. Like, and that's such a broad spectrum, right? Because like I can
Yeah.
just be like, oh, do you remember this 80s synth pop band? Or do you remember this 90s rap? Like, and he can give you like a full synopsis on like, oh yeah, they did this, they were this, they worked with this producer. Like, it's just such like a library. And so to like pick his brain in these instances and bring in elements that, like, I never thought that we'd be putting as much synth stuff as we're doing now. Um, and just to like just it's just really exploded since the three of us really just like have all kind of crafted this as it's gone on.
Well, that just shows that the passion that you have for this project, for this band. You know, being Goodbye Misery. Like you said, the band had taking on and letting go of bandmates, and
Mhm.
through that, with that, it comes. Every band has that issue when it comes to people come and go. It's just like a family, family, members come and go all the time. With this band here, you said you have a solid lineup now. You're ready to rock. You're ready to roll. You're ready to melt
Yeah.
some faces going.
Hell
Uh,
yeah, hell yeah.
so with this new band, what does the future look? Do you have any upcoming tours coming through, or um,
So at the moment, we're really just focusing on getting the writing stuff done. I feel like we have to have the material to back that up.
Yeah.
Um, just because like as currently constructed, we have three songs. Obviously there are plans. We'll maybe dive into that later, but there is a lot of music that has to be put out because we got to be able to play a 30-minute set. Right
yeah,
now we're at a 9-minute set. um,
yeah,
so realistically, I think the focus so much right now within the next 6 months to 8 months is just really probably putting out, if I'm being optimistic, 15 songs. Just like have an actual, like, when people go and we're actually at the shows, we have stuff to actually give them. Whether
Yeah.
that be album, whether that be like merch, everything like that, just getting everything into that spot where I want to put out the best show possible. I mean, I've played more than I can count, and so it's just like when I think about it, I just want to make sure that this current Goodbye Misery is the best version for everybody. Whether that's the door guy, people have never heard of us, people have listened to us for the last 3 years. It really doesn't matter to me in that regard. I just want everyone to really see what our vision come to life, and for that to happen, and with like tours or show, even just like shows at this point, it just really, we needed to deep dive into that writing right now. And so that's what kind of our primary focus. Until that happens, it's kind of on the back burner. Obviously, we're going to do like music videos, like song releases, singles, all that good stuff. But until that's just set in stone concrete, I think that's where our focus has to be at this point.
Yeah, because you want to make sure that you're solid before you even try to take that next step. But putting out your music singles on Spotify or Apple, having the music playing on your socials, have you seen a huge increase in listeners?
Oh, dude.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel
Yeah.
like Arkenstone is the one we released in December, if I'm not mistaken. I could be getting the dates wrong, but
I think it
with
was
that,
December.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So with that one kind of definitely took off more than anything we've done to date. To be honest, I think it hit like 100K, which was super, super awesome, and I'm like extremely grateful for that. Um, so yeah, yeah, for sure. And I think that's what like kind of like catapulted us forward in like, okay, we need to have our writing be at this level, because like me and him talked about it last night. It's when we're writing something, it's just kind of like there's this feeling that both me and him will get. It's just like this is it. And if we don't get that feeling, it's time to scrap that project.
Yeah, if like we could get, say we could get probably like 2 3 hours into a project, and there's projects where me and him will just be like, this ain't it, and we'll completely scrap the whole project, or like maybe come back to it later if we have other ideas for it. But most of the time, if we ain't feeling it, we'll scrap the project.
Yeah. So that it just shows that what goes on in the lab. A lot of people say, oh well, they can just make some music real quick and do that, but it takes a lot of hard work and a lot of
Mhm.
determination and a lot of focus to actually go out there and produce your music, write your music, write the instrumentals, practice,
Mhm.
practice, practice.
Right.
It becomes a huge job, but it's a job you love. It's something that you desire to be, because if you didn't have that passion, you wouldn't be
Hmm.
doing that. You wouldn't be working all night last night,
Hmm. Yeah,
writing
yeah.
music, man.
Yeah.
You know, does that passion sometimes drive you crazy? Does
Oh,
it drive your family crazy?
oh, dude. It definitely, like, especially being like a musician, like a guitarist, because like there's a lot of times where you get the block that people talk about. And I feel like
Uh-huh.
that is my biggest thing that drives me crazy, is like when I hit that block. Because like a lot of the times it's like right after I write something that's super sick and I think like, oh, this is the best thing I've ever written. Even though I know like in the future I'll eventually write something better. It's just that initial block is like the one thing that drives me nuts.
Yeah, and I think for me, I just kind of have an insanity kind of about it, um, where I will listen to the track probably on average before we've put out songs, like between producing it, like after doing the vocals for it, like the instrumentals, all that stuff. I probably listen to each song well over 1 to 2,000 times. Um, so I guess that's just more my insanity. I don't think that really affects anyone else, because I'll just like put my headphones in and just like loop it, um, and make myself hate it.
Yeah, dude. Well, yeah, and then
um,
you get that ear fatigue too, like after sitting there
mm,
listening to, because I do the same thing. I'll sit and listen to it and listen to it and listen to
mhm.
it, and by like 2 hours into it, you're like, yeah, this is awful. And then you go back to it the next day, and it's like, what was I even thinking? This is sick. Or it's total
Yeah.
opposite.
Right, right, right.
So What do you have to tell the future musicians, the ones that want to kind of walk in your footsteps? You know, I know it's not a not a paradise. I don't want to say it. It's not an easy ride to do, but do you have any words of encouragement to because we got to lift up the future because without the future, rock can slowly fade away.
Sure, absolutely. Yeah. I guess for okay, so this kind of just a backstory. So I was at a show and this was like maybe 8, 10 years ago, something. And I'm not sure if you're familiar. Do you know the band Amur?
Yes.
Okay, so their vocalist, it was kind of weird because he was at the merch stand and I was like, and there was like no one talking to him. So like I was like, oh shit, like that's like that for me, that's my favorite like deathcore, whatever, like heavy band. And so like I got to talk to him and I was like, me being naive, an 18-year-old, bro, I was like, man, I just want to like sound like you, like you're so sick, like blah, 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 whatever, like just fangirling to be honest. And he told me something that like really stuck with me. He's like, essentially, for lack of a better term, like for lack of like exact wording here, it was like, be you, right? Like if you try to be somebody else, you'll just fade. So I think for the future musician, it's just like realistically, I think if you are putting yourself into this 1,000%, the rewards are absolutely like how do I say? The rewards are just so great, and the personal satisfaction that you get from putting out a song that does really well, or even a song that you just love. Like let's say you get 200 plays, man. I've been there. Um, that 200 plays will feel like 2 million, and that I think that's the thing that you got to find is just that love for that music. And I feel like that's something that's always been easy for me is that like when I was like 13, I was like, oh man, I want to be in a band. And all my homies were like, you're a fucking joke, bro. You can't sing. And I was like, you probably right. But I think without that drive and that love for it, man, it's like I think the future of music is very bright because we have so many opportunities to make music. It's easier than ever to make music. Um, a kid can buy a laptop, download some free software, buy a USB mic, and start a career right now. Now, I'm not gonna say it's not tough sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like I drove 2.5 hours in a blizzard and like almost died getting to this venue to play in like a shit venue that was like an extension cord into an extension cord into extension cord, and then our gear was plugged into that. But those memories are like the things that you will look for. Like when I'm laying on my deathbed, man, at the end of the day, these are the things I'm going to look back on and be like, fuck yeah, I did it. And I guess that's the way I like to approach everything that we do is like, look, at the end of the day, I'm going to die, right? That's just end all be all. But if I can, in 200 years, some dude is like, yo, bro, this band Goodbye Misery from like 2026, this shit slap. Like I just want to leave that legacy of like us really giving a fuck about what we do.
Yeah, yeah, because you want to leave something like an impression, um, you know, but it's not all about just leaving an impression. It's what you do with your life. You can sit there and say, I would have, I could have, but instead of doing that, just do it. Just try it. If you fail, you know, get up and work at it more. If you really love doing what you love doing, uh, don't let those little shortcomings stop you from being what you want to be, because the only obstacle you have is yourself that's going to block you. People might say, oh man, you suck, your show sucks, your music sucks, everything sucks. But you know what, they are not the ones that are making it. They're not the ones
Exactly.
that you have to see at the end of the day. They're probably just one person, one up. You see them for a second and they leave. What that should do is just give you fuel to say, you know what, I'll prove you wrong. I prove you wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And this is who I'm going to be. And nothing's going to stop me, not even myself, because yourself is your worst critic. So just think about it. If anybody tells you, hey, this music sucks and all that, just think yourself is worse than that, than them telling you that. So if you can overcome yourself, you can overcome anybody.
Right. And I guess for me, it's like I'm the only one who has to go home and look myself in the mirror. Right. So, like, just to go into that, like your self critique. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, but a lot of great music has come from really bad music, if that makes sense. Like,
Yeah.
you have to be shit. And I can't remember who told me this. Is it was essentially, I think it might have been it's some quote. I think it might be like a Dave Grohl quote or some shit. Is like, just go and sit in a garage and fucking suck. Um and like, and I think that's so real, because your first song is not going to be good. Your 10th song is might not be good. But that allows you to really, like you're saying, self-improve. And you know what? Like, hey, if people hate on the shit, like, who fucking cares, man? Like, it's some troll on the internet or some shit, some dude that you're never gonna see again. That's only the reason to get better. And I think that you can either use it to define you and beat yourself up about it, or you can really drive you to be like, okay, well, maybe he didn't like this person didn't like this song, but there's 50 other people that will.
Yeah.
And so, like, I think getting lost in the negativity is a little like, it's so detrimental, because it's like people are always looking for shit to hate on these days. Like, I want to bring back like liking shit being cool, like being a huge fan of shit being cool again. Because like, if you're fully about something and like the passion and everything, it's just, there's nothing like it. There's just really is nothing like it.
Yeah, yeah, you are totally right. Hey, we're getting close to the end of the show, man. I love to go out with a song, and I was thinking, why don't we play Medusa?
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
Let's get it.
All right.
Let's fucking hit it.
Hey, let's tell me a little something before we start that song.
Okay, so well, I'll just give you what we got planned. So in the next couple months here, I think probably within the next 2 months, right? Give or take, being conservative, we have an EP coming out. The title name is Thorns. That will be coming out, like I said, next 2 months. I don't have an exact release date. We're still wrapping up, like tying up some loose ends there.
Just little
And
stuff.
yeah, just little stuff. And then also we are working on as this current constructed Goodbye Misery, we are working on an album currently as well. That's about halfway written. So within the next, like I said, 8 months, 9 months, I hope to have a full album, full EP, and see where it goes from there.
Awesome, awesome. And hey, guys, just to let you know, still stick by after the song. I'm gonna give my last talk. Just boost up people for the next episode. But hey, Seth, hey Axel, thank you so much for being on the show, man. It was awesome to meet y'all. Sorry about the malfunction on the laptop, but hey, that's Bill Gates' baby right there, and
No, yeah, you're good, bro.
All right. Well, here, man, you know what? Let's turn some people into stone. Let's play Medusa by Goodbye Misery here on the Johnny Tacos Rock Talk. And you know what? This is the seal of approval.
Fucker misery! Put a barrel in my fucking mouth. the fucking same. Things are getting worse! I'd better! Never rest in peace! I'll die in my sleep!